30 years working in brand building, marketing and advertising have made me believe very strongly that the future of business is doing good and making money simultaneously. And it's actually entirely possible for anybody to do that. So in the very specific context that we're discussing here, which is how can bloggers and content creators find a way to combine getting paid for what they do, having their content sponsored, with also being a force for good. First of all, I want to emphasize that I believe very strongly that everybody should realize the value of what they create. And I feel that particularly strongly precisely because my background, career-wise, is in both advertising and also I began my career in theatre. Theatre and advertising are two industries where ideas and creativity are massively undervalued even by the creators themselves. And so I believe that when you create something that gives other people pleasure, you should absolutely see a return on it, and the more people you give more pleasure to, the greater that return should be. And by the way, that is the business model that I've designed my own startups around. So in a context where obviously today bloggers and content creators have the opportunity to get paid to promote brands, first of all, as I said earlier, the important thing is that the brand, the sponsor that you are building a relationship with shares the same values that you do, and so you believe in the same things. And secondly, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being paid to promote a brand to your audience. The important thing is that your audience also should have the opportunity to get something out of that. And that's why I say the business model of the future is shared values plus shared action equals shared profit, because you should, together with the brand, be able to give your audience something to do that will benefit them and enable them to spread that benefit as well. And so I hate the word sponsor because it's a very passive word. And I would much rather focus on shared action, which is why I like the term co-action, because if a brand has approached you and wants to sponsor your content, presumably they see a value to them and they see something that your audience could do as a result, and that is not simply buying their product. Any brand worth its salt has a mission, has an agenda that is about benefiting people, benefiting society through its product. And by the way, when I say the future is doing good and making money simultaneously, I don't mean that in the old world order way that many companies currently do it, which goes, we make money here, and then we do good by writing checks to causes to clear our conscience over here. I believe in a future where you make money because you do good. You find a way to integrate social responsibility into the way you do business on a day-to-day basis that therefore makes it a key driver of future growth and profitability. And so what I recommend in any paid relationship with a brand is that you say to the brand, I don't like the term sponsor because that sounds very passive. I want to make things happen for you, with my audience, that make all of us feel good about this relationship. So let's talk about the values that we all share. Let's talk about the things that you want to see happen. Let's talk about the things that I want to see happen. And let's talk about how, together with my audience, we can co-act to make those things happen in a way that makes all of us feel really great about the opportunity that we've all been afforded through this. And obviously I'm talking in the abstract here. I can't speak specifically to what that might be. But there is always something that lies at the heart of every brand that is a way of ensuring that its audiences can act in some small measure to do something good in partnership with the brand. So, I'll give you an example, which is the Dove Real Beauty campaign. And I bring that up because obviously that is a very well-known campaign, and it is a very laudable initiative on the part of Unilever, the owner of Dove, to really get people to rethink the aspirational ideals of beauty that are all around us that are utterly unrealistic, and to really focus on how beautiful everybody is in their own way. So, if you are a blogger and if Dove wishes, for whatever reason, to sponsor what you're creating, there's a real opportunity to encourage your audience to micro-act in ways that spread the message of real beauty. And I mentioned the word micro-act because in order to make anything easy to do, the more you can break it down into micro-actions, the better. And by the way, micro-actions are a fundamental part of my own philosophy, and they're what I built my startup If We Ran the World on. A micro-action is a bit like the action equivalent of a tweet. It's the action equivalent of 140 characters or less. It's an incredibly small, simple, easy-to-do action that is so easy to do, why wouldn't you do it? So if you wanted to spread the Dove message of real beauty, what you could ask your audience to do is something very simple. Every day, take one micro-action, which is compliment a complete stranger. And by the way, that stranger could be anybody. It doesn't have to be a stranger, by the way. It could also be a member of your family. It could be one of your friends. But you have the opportunity also to spread the real beauty message as you walk down the street. You know, compliment a stranger on what they're wearing, their shoes, their smile, the way they look. And that stranger, by the way, could also be a man as much as a woman. And obviously, you know, do this in a way that you feel comfortable and safe about. But nobody objects to a compliment. You know, I regularly, on the street, when I see somebody wearing a great outfit, male or female, I will just say, by the way, I love your outfit. As I walk past them, you know, as I leave a coffee shop, you know, that makes somebody feel good about themselves instantly. And that is fundamentally what the Dove Real Beauty campaign is designed to do. So that's just one example drawn at random. But whatever the brand is, there will be something some actually can share with your audience that helps everybody to see the benefit of what the brand is doing, what you're doing with the brand, and actually makes everyone feel good about themselves for doing that. Because part of my philosophy of micro-actions is that action is transformative. Doing something, however tiny, completing a micro-action, instantly makes us feel differently about ourselves and what we believe we're capable of. Everything great in life and business starts with a micro-action. So think about how, working in tandem with brands, you can all micro-act together to make the world a better place.